Welcome everyone to the True Heel Heat NXT Takeover Stand and Deliver 2021 Review Roundtable. Boy, that's a mouthful. That's what she said. Okay, we're starting this off wrong already. I am Romeo.
Super wrong.
Hello. I am joined by three good brothers. Let me start with the True Draw, the man who's going to add hundreds of views to this video himself. True Heel Josh, how are you doing, brother?
Doing good. How's it going, guys?
Thank you for joining us. Also joining us, the man of 1,001 numbers, StatKing. How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. I don't normally watch NXT or anything like that, but I was making a special exception to help out with this busy Mania week that we've got. And night one, good. Night two, it maybe bust this out, Romeo. Night two, maybe bust this out. Just
Taylor Jerry's, which definitely fits the pirate theme. I love it. This could get crazy now that he's busted that out. And also joining us, the three-time, they've been making Le Champion, wearing his what he likes to call Baylor Club, but it's actually Balor Club, Ness.
Balor Club, Schmaller Club. I got Pot. I'm holding it down for my Pot Heel brethren, Chris G, who couldn't be here. But yeah, I'm going to need this when we talk about night two. Night one was all right. Night two, yeah, I've got to get high.
Oh boy. Thank you guys so much for joining me as we discuss both nights one and night two. But first, before we get into that, please, friendly reminder, help out the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Share this video. Leave a comment. Let us know what you thought of both nights, if you have the same opinions as us. And, of course, if you're not already, subscribe to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. This is Mania Week. We got everything going on. You don't want to miss everything on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. Now, we'll talk about night one first. Me and Ness, if you had the chance, the Wednesday Night Warriors, the series finale, we definitely spoke about this in depth. But I do want to give our friends here, Josh and StatKing, a chance to give their thoughts about the matches from night one as well. Me and Ness can add our star rating. Pete Dunne defeating Kushida in 10 minutes, 38 seconds. StatKing, what did you think of this?
I really liked it. I've been a Pete Dunne fan for a while. This was a nice match. Both of them going for different submission holds. It's not something you always see. Normally you want an opener match to be something high energy, a lot of impact, a lot of bouncing around the ring, flying around. But this one, while it kind of had that, it was also a lot more about the technical side of it, which I thought was really cool. And I gave this one 3.5 stars.
I thought the match was really good. It's probably my favorite Pete Dunne match in a while, to be honest. It was super technical too for the amount of time they had. 10 minutes they had?
Yes.
It was it was very technical. I gave it 4 stars. It was really good for me.
Ness, I gave this 4 stars as well. I think with maybe if you push it to 15 minutes, this match could be even better. What do you think?
Yeah,
A star rating.
I gave it 4 stars as well. Again, like I said on the episode of Wednesday Night Warriors, this is one of the matches that stood out for me on night one. And just like StatKing was just saying, there was the high octane pace to the match, but also the technical ability from Pete Dunne and from Kushida both pushed it more, a little bit more time. I definitely would have gave it more star ratings, but yeah, 4 was straightforward, was good for the opener.
Josh, is that your dog playing with a toy?
It is.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
He's playing with his lamb chop.
I think it's time to take that toy away.
Yeah, that's not a good idea right now.
That didn't sound like a good idea. You said it wasn't a good idea. Look what you did, Romeo. Look what you did.
I do have some of Uncle Dave Meltzer's ratings that he was kind enough to give out. He didn't rate everything. But for this match, he's pretty high on 4.25 stars from Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Next, we had the Gauntlet Eliminator match, which went 23 minutes, 17 seconds. Bronson Reed won it. He defeated Leon Ruff, Isaiah Swerve Scott, Bronson Reed, Cameron Grimes. Oh, excuse me. He didn't beat Bronson Reed. He beat Cameron Grimes, Dexter Loomis, and L.A. Knight. Uncle Dave Meltzer did not rate this for some reason. I don't know why, but I was thoroughly enjoyed with this match. I explained it on the Wednesday Night Warriors, and this is a high rating for me for this. I gave it 4.25 stars. What you think? How many you gave it, Ness?
I gave this another 4-star match. It started off hot to me. It kind of dwindled, like I said on an episode of Wednesday Night Warriors. It dwindled in the middle, but once it got back to, it ended with a triple threat, it shot back up. So if it would have just kept that whole energy throughout the whole match, I would have gave it 4.25. But yeah, straight 4.
I gave it like 3.5. Like, I thought it was a match that shouldn't have been on Takeover, to be honest. I say Isaiah Swerve attacks, like he attacks this dweeb, Leon Ruff. Like, I didn't like that. I did not understand. Like, but besides that, I mean, it was all right. It just didn't feel like a Takeover match for me.
Yeah, I agree with Josh. I gave this one 3.5 stars. It definitely felt like this could have been. I mean, I want to say an NXT match, but this basically was NXT, right? Like, this was just a regular, technically, Takeover, but it's an episode of NXT. I don't know. It just didn't. I liked it in the sense that I liked the person who won, but I don't know if I necessarily liked just overall the match itself. I know I had kind of I was on True Heel Heat and I'd said I wanted LA Knight to win, but Bronson Reed winning is, I mean, it's a good win for him as well. So 3.5 stars.
Better than Dexter Lumis.
Way fucking better than Dexter Lumis.
I mean, from what I understand, Dexter Lumis is got the personality of a piece of wood. So
they both don't talk. Yes.
Yeah.
Next up, Walter defended his United Kingdom Championship against Ciampa in 1658. He wins. This was my match of the night. I gave this 4.75 stars. I don't know what it's missing to be 5 stars. Maybe a longer story. Maybe a legit live takeover crowd would have put it over the hump. Dave Meltzer gave this 4.5 stars. I'm just a big, huge Walter mark. Maybe that's why I gave it such a high number. Ness, what did you give it?
I'm actually going to go out on a limb and give it 5 stars.
Oh, we got a full Monty.
Yeah,
right
I'm
here.
just going to go all the way. I really don't see a downside to this match whatsoever. It told a great story, great psychology. Again, this was the other match that stood out for me on this card because it wasn't like the rest of them. It wasn't the high octane, fast paced, cruiserweight type of action. It was a slow down, methodical, old school throwback type of match because that's the type of wrestler that Walter is. And Ciampa can match up right there with him. And I just love how the whole story of the match was Walter trying to go for the chop. And then he finally gets it at the end of the match after he puts Ciampa through all that, then picks up the win with that. I thought that was a perfect ending to this match, to the story. So yeah, I honestly can't see a downside to this match. I got to give it 5 stars.
I gave it 4.5 as well as Dave. I thought that it could have gone longer. I think that's kind of the drawback of the match. 17 minutes for a match that we're going to rate this highly. It had everything that it needed to have, but I think this was a match that could have benefited from just a few more minutes. Like, get this one like at the 20-minute, maybe 21, 22-minute mark, and it would have been incredible. And I like the fact that Walter is beating somebody who is kind of, supposed to be one of the strongest guys in NXT with the chop. Like, that is a way to get a move over. And I think that's something that is lost, is that moves can be over very well depending on how they're used. The chop, while it doesn't have to be a complicated move. It's a very basic move, but you do it enough times, you hit your opponent enough times hard enough, you're gonna chop him down, and that's exactly what Walter did.
Let me add something to that. I believe the last 6 matches that Walter has been in have all ended in a different move, where there was a chop, a powerbomb, a sleeper hold, a splash off the top.
They're saying, oh, I didn't cut you off. They're saying pretty much he doesn't have a finisher, quote unquote. He finds a way to beat his opponent after studying you during the match. That's what I got, because I think I've seen the same article that you were just referring to. They said that whoever he faced, he ended the match a different way for that specific person. So like, That's just great psychology right there. That's
And
just
that makes every single match he has more
different.
exciting, knowing
Yeah.
that it could end with any move that he's ended
Yeah.
it with before.
For Walter, it kind of pulled me out of it because I knew that the very next night he's supposed to defend against Rampage Brown. So I was like, do I really think that Tommaso Ciampa? That's the other reason why I can't bump it full up like as high as you guys have it, because it's just you have that you know that he's going to be defending it the next night.
I actually gave this match 5 stars, to be honest.
Holy shit! Full Monty, 2 full Monties.
Yeah, I gave it 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. They beat the shit out of each other. Ciampa, I thought that was fantastic for for what he's been the last few months. I really thought he was fantastic, especially like that sequence when he just kept freaking clotheslining him and he just wasn't going down. Like I thought that was a great sequence, and like I said,
Can I add something to that? I think that was during a commercial break, and so they kind of just made Ciampa keep doing that back and forth until they came back live, so that they could get Walter chopping the shit out of him when they went back live. I think that's what happened. I was watching on Peacock.
No, I did watch it on Peacock, and it just kept going. And yeah, that shit, it just kept going, and then like you said, like he finished off the match with a different move. It wasn't so he really doesn't have a finisher. But yeah, for me it was the best out of both nights. It was easily the best match.
Triple threat match for the tag team championship, the vacant tag team championships. MSK winning 15-24. Uncle Dave gave this match 4.5 stars. I gave it 4 1/4. StatKing?
I gave this one 4 stars. MSK is a really great tag team. I've seen them on the indies at that Warrior Wrestling show where they were taking power bombs just straight into grass and dirt. So to see them now at least have the benefit of padding, it's a step up in the world. But this was a really good match. I thought that they played well off of the rivalry with Grizzled Young Veterans. It almost felt as though Legatos was just there to have it not be the finals of the Dusty Cup all over again. So that was a nice addition to just kind of spice things up and change it up a little bit. But MSK really brought it, and you kind of felt the emotion out of them when they did have that title win. And they were just like, I think Dez was looking down at the title and just like, we finally made it. This is what we were working towards, and we got it.
Ness, we heard your thoughts on the Wednesday Night Warriors, but how many stars you gave this?
4 1/4.
And Josh, what do you think?
I gave it a 4. I gave it 4 1/4. I mean, the match was really good. Even though it was kind of obvious between what two teams I felt like were gonna win. But besides that, it was a really good match.
And the main event for the NXT Women's Championship, Io Shirai lost that to Raquel. Raquel is the new women's champ. This match went 12:55. I gave this 4 stars. And Uncle Dave gave this 4 1/4. Ness, how many stars you gave this?
I gave it 3 3/4.
And Josh, what did you think?
I think it was 4 star. I think it was 4 stars.
I also gave it 4 stars. I like that Io Shirai keeps finding new things to jump off of with Reckless Abandon. Now it's a giant skull. But yeah, hopefully now that she doesn't have the title, she can look out for her health a little bit more and not jump off of things with Reckless Abandon.
Yeah, that's probably not gonna happen.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's probably not gonna happen.
It's like almost as though Triple H is just like, hey, we need this is the EO spot. Like when we figure out the match, like this is gonna be the EO spot. You just look around. We'll put stuff up there. Find something to climb up and jump off of.
I was looking at the list of NXT Women's Champions that they've had, and it is an impressive list. They don't just hand this title off to anyone. Do you think Raquel can live up to the names that have been NXT Women's Champions before?
To me, I don't know. That's a little hard. I feel like she's still pretty green. I think she might be the first outside of Charlotte. She might be the first person who is like a homegrown, built through the system star. I don't know if she really had that big of a indie career before she came to WWE. All the others pretty much kind of did. So that'll be interesting. And then I think she doesn't really happen to have long matches. And that's another thing that's part of NXT is having long form matches, especially when you're the champion and you're defending titles. So it'll be interesting to see her really carry a match. This wasn't that long of a match, if I remember right, either.
12:55. Good point.
So to add on to what StatKing said, from what I understand, I think she was homegrown, but at most she was doing was Evolve. Because remember at that time, NXT and Evolve had that relationship. So pretty much when there was a lot of talent that wasn't really being used, they were being used and Evolve. Like that's how Street Profits were holding those tag titles from down there because they weren't really being used at the moment. But besides that, to answer your question about do I think she's gonna live up to that? I mean, right now it's kind of hard to tell because like what StatKing said that she's pretty green. I think she's gotten better over time. I think it's just those little things that she still has to work on. Like I noticed for her, and it's a constant for me that I noticed that she kind of waits on spots, and it's like, but it's very noticeable, and I think that's something that she still has to work on.
I'll ask StatKing and Josh. I don't even have to ask this. Match of the night, Ciampa Walter, obviously. Who was your MVP for night one?
I'm go with Walter. I'm gonna go with him.
Walter.
Your LVP / jabroni of the night, StatKing.
I'll go with Leon Ruff. Like, what the hell are you? The hell you letting yourself get dragged out there for?
He was a fan favorite for the LVP.
Josh.
I'm gonna go with LA Knight. I mean, I really don't remember anything he did besides the promo. Like, that's about it.
And he had the advantage of being last. So. Yeah.
Last, and he still lost.
Yeah. All right, night two.
Yeah, let's get into this shit.
Oh boy, here we go.
The battle for the very disputed Cruiserweight Championship between the two Cruiserweight champions, Jordan Devlin, Santos Escobar. You guys on the True Hill Heat Instagram story were split down the middle. You didn't know who was going to win this? 50% for each one. Santos wins.
Of course.
In 1808. Devlin gets headbutted off of the top of the ladder into another ladder that breaks. And again, Legado del Fantasma interferes. This happens in every single Santos Escobar match. And
that's what they're supposed to do. That's what they're supposed to do, their job.
But the thing is, their opponents never have an equalizer for it. Never have
their opponents are stupid.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, they always do it, but then it just comes off weird. It's like the third time I've seen it. It's like, why did he just? I mean, I get it, they're heels, but it's like,
yeah.
I don't
even care about them. I only like Santos Escobar.
Like it's
you would think that even if their opponents are idiots, William Regal isn't an idiot, and he'd be like, to give this guy a fair shot, we're gonna ban these guys from the ring. But no.
I want to hear from Shawn Michaels, who made this a ladder match. And come on, the crowd for some reason really loves Santos Escobar, the heel. I don't know what's going on there.
Why? Come on, he's great.
I thought the spots off the ladder were amazing, especially the Jordan Devlin moonsault on the top rung. Very clean. But the replays showing the refs holding the ladder in place, come on. You don't got to show that. I know, I don't want them to die. I want it to be safe.
No, man, yeah. Like, I know.
But think about it like this.
But you don't have to show that replay, or at least be clever.
Yeah.
That's what referees do. You make the game safe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Of course. No problem with that. It's just the editing and directing. After the match, Santos and Legado, they bring out Escobar's son. He's got his mask on. They're celebrating. He holds one of the titles, and I'm just like, who cares about this kid? This guy Santos Escobar is a heel. Your dad just cheated to win. Have a feel good moment. Oh, look at me and my son. Fuck that kid. I was gonna say, unless they're gonna do vignettes every week teaching this kid how to cheat and be a piece of shit like his dad, then I'll get to handle that. I personally would love to see Jordan Devlin stick around. Santos Escobar, where does he go forward? I would love to see him versus Kushida in a program for the Cruiserweight Championship. I gave this 4.25 stars. I thought they were brilliant, but the interference brings it down.
I love this match. Actually, I gave it 3.75 stars. I just needed a little bit more time. I definitely would have gave this match 4 stars. We could have did without
It was 18 minutes, bro.
No, it just felt rushed to me for some reason. It's like it was decent, but it was like moving to spots too quickly, in my opinion. That Spanish fly off the ladder, that shit was crazy. That moonsault, that was dope. Like it had a lot of action. I don't know. I just needed a little bit more time. If we didn't have that fucking Poppy performance, I could have got like 6 more minutes.
I agree.
Shit.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Even though, I must say, she's a lot better mute.
Josh, what do you think about this match?
The match, I thought it was like about 3.5. For me, it was a little underwhelming. Like when Ness said, I thought it would be a little bit more. Like the spots that he did were, they were great, But overall, like I did expect more, and for it to be a ladder match,
Yeah.
I thought it was decent. It wasn't nothing crazy.
StatKing. Is anyone gonna like this match?
Yeah, no, I did like this match. No, this was a good match. Jordan Devlin is a quality talent. You've seen him from even before NXT UK was really a thing, when they were doing the NXT UK tournament, and then the second time around, when he's out there, talking about how he's the Irish ace and there's nobody better than him, and then all of a sudden Finn Balor makes that surprise return. That just it encapsulates what Jordan Devlin is. It was interesting because this was a heel versus heel match, so it's weird for Santos Escobar, who is out healing a heel, to then be celebrating with his child at the end, as you guys are saying. But I don't know. This is the insane logic that we have to deal with. But just as we watched Jordan Devlin fall crashing off of a ladder, little did we realize that was going to be a metaphor for how this show was going to go after the very first match. And on that note, I give this one 3.75 as well.
Right into the next segment, MSK with a goofy interview with Mackenzie Mitchell. Josh, I see we've lost you.
I wouldn't bet with what is this nigga's name? Fuck, what's his name now? Wesley.
They're just so fucking awkward. Like, and it's not even like, oh yeah, that they're high awkward. It's just awkward. Like it's fucking weird.
It's awkward because they can't. I don't know. They can be high, but they can't.
No, you're just trying to defend their awkwardness. Like,
did we ever actually get an explanation for what MSK stands for?
Must see kids, I believe.
I like
marijuana.
I like that one better.
Yeah, it's marijuana smoking kids over here.
Anyways, their first challengers are going to be Killian Dane and Drake Maverick, who won a match on the pre-show against Breezango. The NXT Women's Tag Team Championship. Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart.
Let's not forget that on night one, when Raquel Gonzalez wins, Vic Joseph, with a wonderful botch, says that Raquel Gonzalez is the first woman to have held both the NXT Women's Championship and the NXT Championship. Like, Ember Moon just doesn't exist.
Shit.
Yeah.
He corrects himself and he apologizes to Ember Moon during their intro.
Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart defeat Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. 83% of you on the True Hill Heat Instagram page correctly picked that. Ember with the double eclipse on both of them. And then Shotzi with a...
I hate this match. Let me go first.
Hold on, bro.
I know, I'm sorry. I just want to get my disdain out. I hated
Shotzi
this
with a senton, 10 minutes, 34 seconds.
That's about to do a great Jake One impression.
Go ahead, Ness.
This shit was fucking terrible. It could have been so much better, bro. I gave this shit 2.5, and that's being nice. I should give it 2.25. This shit was so sloppy. They didn't catch Shotzi on the suicide dive. She fucking killed. She has to try to kill herself in every match, just like Io has to jump off or something in every match. It's like these are their tropes. And then the fucking shake, rattle, and roll that Ember Moon tried to do. That shit was so fucking corny. And like,
The guy just had a heart attack, Ness.
What?
He's recovering in bed.
Who?
Road Dogg.
Oh shit, did he? Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, okay.
No, but I don't care about that.
Well,
I mean, I don't care about fuck. I mean, yo, Road Dogg, I hope you get well, but I don't care about. No, but look, that's what I'm saying. The way she did it was corny. I'm not saying like I didn't know about Road Dogg, but she's so cringy and shit. It was just like irking. But like it was just a sloppy match. I like how Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae worked together. They were a much better team than Ember and Shotzi, in my opinion. But they need some work too. Yeah, and that double eclipse, that shit was sloppy too. I don't even think she caught like both of them. She might just flipped in front of them.
Brutal analysis from Ness.
Yeah, we're observing. That's what we do.
Is saying throw the entire women's tag team division away. Josh, what are your thoughts? Are they in line with what Ness is saying?
I mean, I'm going to say a lot less because you said a lot for a bad match. I gave it 2 stars. I just didn't remember a lot of it, and I'm going to keep it at that.
I'll give this one 2.5 stars for the way, but Ember and Shotzi were pretty, sloppy in the ring. That double eclipse was pretty bad looking. Just, I don't know. I feel like you could have definitely practiced this if that was your plan to end it this way. You have that whole performance center thing like right next door.
Yeah, but you know what it is too. I don't think they work well together, Shotzi and Ember.
They don't.
Because their styles are so different, and like Shotzi moves slow. As much of a fan I am with Shotzi, she moves really slow in the ring. But besides that, I mean, I don't think they work well together, and that's more so because of their styles are so different.
I 100% disagree with all of you.
To the surprise of no one.
This match surpassed my expectations, which weren't that high to begin with.
Exactly.
Short, harmless. I love Shotzi and Ember as a team. I think their chemistry gets better each and every match, actually.
Wait. So you said it exceeded your expectations. Your expectations, if it exceeded it, that means you expected less than her botching a double eclipse.
I don't think she botched it. I thought I love the double.
Interesting.
If anything, Indy Hartwell sort of telegraphed where she was like, Candice here.
Yeah. I don't think she botched it. It looked weird. Like the actual hit, it looked weird. And
that may have to do something with being that much taller than Candice.
Could be, yeah, because it didn't look botched.
Indy was in the back, I think, and she sort of has to fake sell it because it goes mostly to Candice.
Yeah.
But, she's like an avatar.
I thought, besides that, Indy Hartwell looked improved. I want to keep seeing her improve. Oh, I didn't rate it. 3.25 stars for me.
You're bugging.
That's way too high. Higher than Ness.
Did you just say high like Ness?
That's higher than Ness. Like.
Oh. Maybe I'm a marijuana smoker. Surprise. We see NCAA amateur wrestling standout Gable Stevenson in the crowd with Stephanie Grandstanding McMahon. She's clapping like, you the man. We're going to make a lot of money with you.
She looks so fucking weird doing that shit. Like, damn. She was trying way too hard doing that shit.
The shit night 1, 2 with, how you say it? Saray?
Yeah.
You say like at least that one was okay. Like when they showed that was okay. But this shit was ridiculous. I don't know what she was doing.
Triple H said about Gable Stevenson after the show that he was just a guest. He's a fan of the product. He wanted to be there for Mania weekend. He got hooked up with tickets. He's training for the Olympics, and he said the door is open if this is something he wants to pursue afterwards, and has no doubt that he can catch on quickly. Triple H said he doesn't want to force someone who's in the middle of getting their degree as a college athlete to join the world of wrestling. But if he wants to, the opportunity is there, and he's a fan. Who knows if we'll see this guy again down the line. Johnny Gargano defends his North American Championship against Bronson Reed. 57% of you on the True Hill Heat Instagram page incorrectly picked Bronson Reed to win this. Austin Theory saves Johnny here, putting his foot on the rope. Bronson Reed misses a moonsault, and Johnny hits him with two final beats. 16 minutes,
Right.
23 seconds. I thought this was an interesting clash of styles. Gargano did a lot of good bumping around for Bronson. Bronson's power moves looked good. He was catching Gargano clean on the dives to the outside. I thought that was impressive. Only the one small botch in the corner when Reed didn't catch Johnny's Hurricanrana. I thought Reed worked his ass off. Johnny made him look good. I gave this 3 3/4 stars. The interference brings it down. 2 matches so far with outside interference. On a takeover, I think Bronson Reed has shades of Vader, Rikishi, Bam Bam Bigelow. He stands out in NXT, but he's probably on his way to the main roster soon, where he will be a dancing colossus or something like that.
Did you just compare him to Vader?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
The moonsault off the top rope, very Vader-esque.
Like, did you like really just compare him to Vader? Like,
The moonsault. Oh, I'll say it again. The moonsault.
oh yeah, the moonsault, yeah,
The
the
top-
moonsault.
Hey,
Yeah, it was though. He had like, that sign, like that shit didn't look clean at all, but that's because he's really fat. But
That's how Vader does it. He did like
yeah,
the
but
not clean at all.
yeah. I thought the match was. I thought it was 3 stars. The interference from Austin Theory really didn't do that much for me. I felt Gargano is like, he's playing a heel, but then he's not really doing anything like in his matches that are like, he's still himself, which is not. It's not really a bad thing, but I'm like, when you're a heel, you got to change it up. There's certain things you got to do, like, to stay, at least to stay within that character. But besides that, I thought they worked pretty well together. There was a few spots I didn't like. Like towards the end, I didn't like the super kicks where he kicked them, like he did like the super kicks twice. That shit looked so fucking weird. Like I didn't know, like he just looked gassed out towards the end. Bronson Reed, he looked tired. I don't know if that was him, selling, but he looked gassed out. But yeah, overall, I thought it was 3 stars.
I gave it 3.5 stars. It was better than what I expected, honestly. If you remember, Bronson Reed was not my pick to win. I did not want him to win, but looking at the story, he was the only babyface to go into this match. I would have rather seen Johnny go face Swerve, because I know that just would have been a dope ass match.
Yeah,
but
that would
they
be sick.
weren't. They weren't going for that. But,
That's if Swerve was a face, yeah, but
that's what I mean. Like
as long as it wasn't Leon Ruff, fuck that guy.
But yeah,
Would you rather Dexter Loomis over Leon Ruff?
no.
I would. I don't give a fuck. I would. Like, the fucking guy looks like a dweeb. He looks like Cheeseburger Jr. Like I don't give a fuck. Like he's a slider. Yeah.
This roundtable promoted by White Castle. I gave this one 3 1/4. I liked elements of it. I think that Bronson Reed is definitely. He's got the look of somebody who is going to be on the main roster and is basically going to be a son of Funkasaurus in the next 6 months after he's up there. But
Junior.
yeah, something like that. But I don't know. It just feels like Gargano is a good heel on the mic, and then to Josh's point, in the ring, it just doesn't translate properly. He's just too used to. He's a guy who, when he turns heel, should turn into much more of the chicken shit heel in the ring. if you keep doing Johnny Takeover stuff, the crowds are going to like it, and you're not going to be effective as a heel. So I don't know. He's got to figure something out and change something about that. But it doesn't help when the announcers are like, Johnny Gargano started as Johnny Gargano, then he turned into Johnny Takeover, and now he's Johnny Champion. Like, you're making me want to root for this person. and then on top of that, if he's staying as Johnny, like when he became Johnny Champion, he was a red hot babyface up against Adam Cole. If you want me to still think he's Johnny Champion, why am I supposed to buy into him being an asshole now?
By the way, guys, don't be too harsh on Johnny Gargano. Remember that William Regal, he's cuckoo bananas. Johnny only had one night to prepare for this match. One night. The NXT Championship is the co-main event. Finn Balor defending against Karrion Kross. Big fight feel. Finn going after Kross's elbow and then his liver. Kross kicks out of coup de grace. And then Scarlett starts talking spooky language. I personally think she casted a spell. And then because Kross just becomes super powered after, he starts elbowing the shit out of Balor. It was like a MMA fight. It was so intense, I thought the referee was going to stop it, like an MMA match. Kross with the Doomsday Saito, and then the elbow to the back of Finn's head. He did it twice. And Finn's reign as NXT champ is over. Kross regains what he once lost. 17 minutes, 5 seconds. Kross poses with Scarlett after. And on the Tree Hill Heat Instagram page, you guys were split again. 50% of you picked Kross to win. Josh, start us off.
Karrion Kross's best performance in NXT. The match was better than I expected. It was a lot, it was a lot of striking. Cause that's more Kross's style. The only gripe I have with the match, pretty much, was I felt like there was a long period where Finn was getting a lot of offense, maybe a little too much offense, and
I think almost like 70% of the match probably.
Yeah, like I really felt like it started off kind of like Kross when he gets mad, and then all of a sudden, like after that, it was just Finn doing this and then Finn doing that. It was I thought it was a little too long for that. But besides that, yeah, it turned around when she did. I don't know. She spoke some fucking language. I thought she was speaking like one.
I don't know.
Yeah, I thought she was speaking like one of the minions or some shit.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden, like he just countered the move and just started fucking pounding the shit out of him. I was like, what the hell just happened? But besides that, I thought the finish. I enjoyed the finish too. When he just like elbow, he fucking. With the running elbow, the back is his head and neck. I thought I gave the match 3 3/4 stars.
I agree with Josh. Finn got in a lot of offense, and it was just a weird moment because I could not tell who was supposed to be the heel and who was supposed to be the face, or if they were just supposed to both be tweeners. And if that's the case in a battle of tweeners, I think I'm siding more on the side of Finn Balor, but. I don't know. Something about this match just felt off to me. I think it was. In a way, I kind of liked how it started. I liked that Kross is trying to come after Balor, and when he's hitting him, Balor's just like kind of almost shaking it off, and is like, "That's the best you've got. Like that's the best you can do." And it just felt weird because Kross seemed to be out of it until Scarlett said, hocus pocus, whatever the fuck. Like she said Avada Kedavra, and he just goes, "All right, now it's time to kill this guy." But it just something about that. Made me think like, oh, this is like, what are we waiting for? Like we saw Kross destroy Tommaso Ciampa back when he was first coming into NXT. That's like I was waiting for that, and I gotta have Scarlett Bordeaux say like some weird ass words, and then he finally starts to do it. So I think like from that point on, I guess yeah, but before that, it just something about it just felt wrong, and it was almost as though. Could we see Finn Balor moving back to the main roster, and this was the hey, get your final good moments in front of an NXT crowd one last time in? I don't know, something about it just felt off, but I don't know. I agree with Josh. I'll give this one like 3.5 stars.
Jesus, don't say main roster. Finn has thrived in NXT.
But what's left for him to do? He took back the longest reign, like the longest combined reigns. What's left for him to do?
I'm glad you said that, StatKing. That's a smooth transition. I'm going to tell you. Let me just say about this match. that I thought Finn was overconfident going in, almost a little heelish. He's talking about when the match goes deep, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, he's going to take Karrion to drown him in deep waters. He did not. He did not do that. I agree with Josh. This was Cross's best match so far. And I think Finn continues to shine. And where do we go from here? I have two suggestions. Two routes you could go. You could probably do both of them, actually. The first one is if you want to continue this cross feud now, or you could do it later. I think the next chapter has to be Finn bringing back the Demon to combat Scarlet with this hocus pocus spell shit. Bring the Demon. He hasn't brought the Demon in what feels like years.
So Karrion Kross is going to be the first man to beat the Demon?
Samoa Joe, actually.
Samoa Joe beat Demon.
He beat Demon? It was Demon Balor?
He beat it. He beat the Demon clean as well.
Yeah. They also teased they showed a picture of the Demon during Finn's entrance. I thought, whoa, is he gonna come out now like that? But he did not. Or the other option to do with Finn Balor, they have tentatively scheduled a NXT UK takeover in Dublin, Ireland in June.
That's from
Finn
last year.
Walter thing before the world went to shit. They could go back to it now if the world keeps going in a positive direction. I don't know what it's like.
I mean, fewer people care about NXT UK than the main roster, so it's almost even worse of a demotion. But I mean, I guess.
No, actually, no. I actually disagree with that. Even though myself, I don't watch NXT UK, but I think if you bring in Finn, at least it would be watchable.
Yeah.
It will get people's attention. I think that it will be more of that factor.
I guess, Finn can say that.
And it also won't be
especially in Ireland, in his country.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
I'm talking about going forward.
Yeah. No, but it's not gonna be it wouldn't be a long-term thing anyway. I think it was just for that.
They'll probably lose.
So, if you could try to build on NXT UK, that's fine as long as he's not staying there, which he's not, because he lives in the US, so don't matter.
But that goes back to what I said before. If he leaves NXT to temporarily go to NXT UK, what's he gonna do? Come back to NXT, or are they gonna bump him back up to the main roster?
No, they could still use him for both, because they've been doing that. Like, Walter's been showing up for both NXT and and the UK. So you can still do it because I think from the UK, when they film I think within like similar to Impact. So it's not like you don't got to stay out there, or you can still film how many episodes over there, and then you can still be used. So it's not it wouldn't be that big of an issue anyway.
Ness, what'd you think?
Shit, I'm high. What are you talking about?
Cross and Finn Balor, bro.
Oh, yeah, I'm back on track. I got it.
And he's wearing his shirt. What the fuck?
I forgot.
It's awesome.
But Pete, I got it. I've yet to, I don't know, I guess, appreciate Karrion Kross. So this whole thing that just happened in this match, I got it. They are an upgraded version of Lana and Rusev. When Lana used to say Rusev crush, and Rusev would cry and start fucking going crazy, Scarlett, this bitch start talking about whatever the fuck she says.
Do you have to say this, bitch? Drunk guy.
I'm sorry.
Women's History Month was last month.
Oh, okay, yeah, fuck it. This bitch, what about this bitch? Yeah, this bitch said all that.
And then also the difference is that if Karrion Kross was to go to the main roster, Vince will probably like him a lot more than Rusev.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm just saying that's where the gimmick comes from. But no, the match was solid. I give it 3.5. It was real stiff, pause, hard hitting.
This guy.
Hey man, gotta do it.
Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly, unsanctioned match. 78% of you correctly picked Kyle O'Reilly to win. And we could talk about the theme music. Kyle O'Reilly, I thought he had a bop.
He had a bop.
I liked it with air guitar into that.
That shit was flames.
What?
I loved it.
What?
You can air guitar to it.
Come on, that was not a bop.
Once he started air guitar into it, you could see how it fit him. It was beautiful. Adam Cole theme sucked. Should have kept the Undisputed
like
Era
that.
theme, which he was bragging about. He's the Undisputed Era. Cole misses the cue for the boom, but even if he did it still doesn't hit the same. I love the Bam Bam Taz spot, both going through the ramp together. Another brainbuster on the steps to Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle barely gets his shoulder up. Kyle O'Reilly with the last shot, a low blow, the callback to Cole doing that to Strong. He chains up his knee and then drives Cole's head into a chair from the top rope. He wins in 40 minutes and 19 seconds. Adam Cole stretchered out afterwards. I wish this match had a legit NXT Mania Week Takeover crowd to, I thought the crowd was just tired. I don't know. Takeover fatigue, I don't know. A bit too long. Could have shortened this and still got a lot of the major stuff in. Also, needed blood. Legit blood.
Yeah.
Legit blood. This rivalry needed legit blood. Did it live up to the hype of the amazing video package before it? No. But I thought it was still fun and still cool to see Kyle get his moment, close a takeover on top, be taken as a legit main event guy now. I gave this 4.25 stars. Meltz gave this 4.5. Ness.
I gave this 4.25. It definitely went too long. But I understand why it went so long. Because this is supposed to be their blood feud. So of course they had to beat each other the fuck up. But a lot of their beating each other the fuck up was like sloppy. Definitely a hard-hitting match. A lot of striking. I do like and I do appreciate Adam Cole working on the neck of Kyle O'Reilly, like, cause he was kicking his ass. It was alright. I'll give it 4.25.
I give it 4 stars flat. I don't think it was better than their match they had at Final Battle, because it was pretty similar. It was a lot less time. The length, I only had a problem with the length for the amount of stuff that they did, which wasn't really nothing too crazy. Like they did like the typical spots, like the stage spot. I thought it was very standard. It was just like, oh yeah, this is something that we have to do, just to spice up the match. But besides that, yeah, like you said, I don't think the match lived up to the video package at all. I thought it just should have been a regular match. Like if this is like a rivalry that you're gonna build on, I thought it should have been a regular match at least. As far as the crowds, honestly, the crowd, they sucked for both shows. They were very underwhelming for both shows. Like, even with the freaking, with the fake crowd noise, I mean, that I still don't understand. Like, you have a crowd, why would that shit just doesn't make no fucking sense. It's a small building. The crowd could get loud. Besides that, overall, yeah, I thought the match really didn't live up to the build-up.
This match definitely did not live up to the build-up whatsoever. I think they were touting that this was the second unsanctioned match in NXT history. The first unsanctioned match in NXT history had like a year of issues between the two guys. And I get it. In that situation, one of the guys was injured for a while. But this felt very rushed. Just all of it felt rushed for what they were trying to get to. This could have been a no DQ match. What was unsanctionable about this? Nobody tried to like.
The legal excuse for that was that Kyle O'Reilly had an injury that wasn't clear. That was the kayfabe excuse.
Yeah, that's even that alone, that's retarded. Like,
because they know they wouldn't let him wrestle like that.
Oh, and NXT in trouble with the police.
and that's just stupid. Like, because I even compared it to the other unsanctioned match they had was Gargano and Ciampa, and that match was far better than this one.
It's crazy.
That's why I rated it the way I do. Yeah, I mean that's why I rated it the way I did, because like you watch that match, that shit was insane.
This match goes longer than Gargano Ciampa. This match is 40 minutes long. Gargano Ciampa is 37 minutes long. I mean, yeah, it's 3 minutes, but like, I mean, this was overkill that they did not need to do, especially when you're not gonna go as far. I guess maybe they're like, oh, we're gonna use a chain as a clothesline, like a metal link chain. This is gonna be great. No, it's not. Like you need to actually There comes a point in time where violence for the sake of violence only works if the people are believing in what the violence is for. And yeah, we get that these two guys hate each other, but there just was not. I didn't feel it in the match, and maybe that's because for me personally, I don't watch NXT, so I don't see the whole progression of it. But that's the point of the promo video, and the promo video does such a good job in making me think, wow, these two guys hate each other, that then when I'm watching the match, it almost seems as though they're going through the motions. They're like, okay, now we're gonna do this, now we're gonna do that, now we're gonna go over here, now we're gonna go through the stage, now we're gonna, and yeah, I mean it's a good match because of the people involved, and they execute it well. Like it is a 4-star match. I agree with Josh, but it's just not. Dave's overrating this one for sure.
Yeah, he did.
Also, I want to add real quick for Adam Cole. He knocks this made him look like a dumbass. He knocks out the ref. And then
Yeah.
He's standing over talking to the ref. Like, you hear me? You're
bad hilarious. Match of the night for night 2. I personally am going to go Devlin Escobar. Are you guys going that or the main event?
Yeah, I'll probably go with the main event by default.
Devlin Escobar.
Make it 3 times.
All right. You don't have to do all that. Relax. MVP, I'm going to go. This is his biggest NXT moment, Kyle O'Reilly.
I'll go with fucking Cross.
I'll go with Kyle O'Reilly as well. I guess it just depends on where they go from it with there.
I'll go with Cross since he got his belt back.
LVP, me personally, I had a hard time picking one just from everyone that was having their matches. So I went with MSK for their shit promo, shit interview.
I went for the NXT crowd for having to listen to Poppy live.
Poppy.
Damn, come on.
Oh shit.
Josh?
I will pick that entire women's tag team match.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want Romeo to start. Oh, Ness just hates women's wrestling.
Nope.
I was definitely gonna say that, so I said Poppy. Fuck it.
Nope. I mean, you still picked the woman anyway, but still.
We'll put our thumbs out in the middle, and in 3, 2, 1, it'll be thumbs up or thumbs down for night 2 of NXT Takeover. 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up, thumbs in the middle, and thumbs in the middle. Okay, all right. Let's rate both nights together as a whole. Make believe it's one big night of Takeover. Both shows, I give it, from a scale of 0 to 10, I gave this a 9.3. StatKing.
A 9.3? What the fuck?
Night 1 had 5 matches that were 4 stars or more. And night 2, I gave a couple of matches 4 stars.
I don't even think you gave some of the matches on night 1 4 stars. All of them 4 stars.
So I gave all of them over 4 stars, all of them. So altogether, I thought they delivered in ring.
I gave this like a 6.5, close to 7, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Josh.
7.5. I felt like if 7.5, because if night 2 was on par with night 1, it easily would have been over a 9 for me.
Well, yeah, we went through it. I rated night 2 matches much more than you guys did. Ness?
Yeah.
7.5.
All right, Ness, where can everyone find you?
True Hill Heat YouTube channel. We gotta wrap this shit up.
Josh?
Instagram, JMPunk321.
Second.
Catch me on Dark Power, reviewing AEW Dark Elevation, MLW Fusion. I'm gonna be me and my boy Ness over here are gonna be exactly fusing together, but also NWA Power.
Fusion of Honor. FOH.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's
And that's what we're about to do. We're about to get the fuck out of here.
Oh, look at that transition.
I am the Pride of NY on Twitter and Instagram if you want to post it. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, StatKing. Thank you, Ness. Let us know what you thought in the comments of NXT Takeover Stand and Deliver, nights 1, night 2. Thank you for watching. Check out our WrestleMania review roundtable Sunday night live right here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. Peace.